The strange and sneaky word, up. Welcome, English learners. Today we are tackling a simple but powerful word, up. It's short, sweet, and surprisingly tricky. Up appears everywhere in English, often changing the meaning of verbs in strange and unpredictable ways. Up. Just two little letters, U and P. Seems innocent enough, right? At first, up seems simple. It means towards the sky, above something, or at the top. But then you start noticing it popping up everywhere, and suddenly nothing makes sense anymore. For example, when we wake up in the morning, why do we say wake up? Isn't waking already enough? And if we clean up a mess, why do we mess up a project? And then there are meetings. A topic comes up, we bring up ideas, someone writes up a report, and before you know it, people are speaking up about how long the meeting takes. After work, we might call up a friend to catch up. Maybe meet up at a cafe, dress up a little to look nice, and order a coffee to warm up. And if we drink too much coffee, we might stay up all night. And now let's talk about stores. We open up in a shop in the morning, but close it up at night. If a business fails, it folds up. But when something sells out fast, demand goes up. And then, just when you think you've got a handle on up, English throws you another curveball. A drain gets clogged up, so we have to open it up. The weather clears up, but then it clouds up again. A criminal gets locked up, but years later they might end up free. See what I mean? We are all mixed up about up. But don't give up. Learning these phrases will level up your English. I'm not shutting up just yet. You can't shut me up just yet. I've got a story for you. It's Ben's Up Adventure, a day in the life of a two-letter word. Meet Ben. Ben is an ordinary guy until one morning he starts to notice something extraordinary about his day. It all begins when his alarm clock rings and Ben wakes up. Simple enough, right? But as the day unfolds, Ben realizes that the little word up is sneaking into every corner of his life. Ben groggily opens his eyes and looks up at the ceiling. He stretches, trying to shake off sleep, and thinks, time to get up. And in the kitchen, he heats up some coffee and its aroma lifting both his mood and his energy. On the way to work, Ben's phone rings. He answers to find his friend calling up for a quick chat. They laugh about how everyday life just seems to be about things going up, prices going up, deadlines, even his excitement. At the office, during a meeting, a new project suddenly turns up. Ideas are thrown up and the discussion heats up. Realizing they need to impress, the team decides to brush up their presentation for an important client. Lunchtime brings more quirky discoveries. Ben calls up his colleague to join him at a nearby cafe. Over sandwiches and coffee, they chat about everything from the weather, which sometimes clears up after a storm, to their weekend plans. Ben admits, I'm trying to catch up on a new hobby, but every time I start, I just mess up the project. His friend reassures him, don't worry, sometimes you have to make up for your mistake and keep moving on. As the day rolls on, Ben encounters with up become even more playful. During a break, he notices a poster on the wall encouraging everyone to cheer up on a tough day. Later, tidying his desk, he accidentally knocks over a stack of files, sending them all up in the air. Well, that's one way to clean up a mess, he chuckles. By the end of the workday, Ben feels like he's been riding an endless wave of up. He wraps up his task and heads home. On his drive, he reflects on how the simple word up can change its meaning completely, from waking up to brightening up a room with enthusiasm, even shutting up when it's time to call it a day. At home, as Ben preps dinner, he muses over the magic of up, How can two tiny little letters stir up such a whirlwind of meanings? Eager to brush up on every nuance, he decides to look up the word in his dictionary later. Before settling in for the night, he makes one final call. He rings up his family to catch up and share the quirky details of his day. They laugh together, each swapping their own delightful up stories. And so, as the night falls, Ben's day winds up. Like the final chord of a favorite song, he smiles at the thought that life, with all its ups, turn-ups, and unexpected mix-ups, is full of surprises. Sometimes, discovering the many layers of a simple two-letter word can lighten up your mood, lift you up, and even help you level up your understanding of everyday English language. Okay, by now you might be a little fed up with up, but don't give up just yet. Mastering these phrases will level up your English and help you keep up with native speakers. So if you've enjoyed this, give me a thumbs up, share it with a friend, and keep learning. And with that, I'll wrap this up, and now I will shut up.